Hello, my name is Mrs. Finley, and I am going to talk to you today about specific reading strategies you can use and apply while you're reading to increase your reading comprehension and your understanding of what you read. We're going to talk specifically about these reading strategies. Activating background knowledge. That means that you are going to try to recall the things that you may already know about a given topic. Make connections. That means you're going to make connections to other things that you know or have learned or have heard about or experienced. Asking questions. Basically self-explanatory. Drawing inferences and making predictions, which means using the information that you're found in your reading to take guesses on what may either happen now or later. Identify main ideas and details. That's basically deciding what is a main idea, what is a detail, and figuring out the difference between the two. Visualizing images, which is to simply create a picture in your mind of what you're reading. Monitor understanding and repair confusion. That essentially means that while you're reading, you need to keep track of the things that you're understanding. And if you're not understanding what you're reading, to use tools that will give you to fix the lack of understanding. And finally, you're going to communicate new ideas from you reading. That means you can talk or write about what you've read in a knowledgeable way based on the stuff that you've read. What I want to make clear is today we are not going to cover all of these different reading strategies. We're going to focus on activating background knowledge and making connections. So just to go into detail about activating background knowledge, what you want to do to start is you want to scan the entire text. Check the title, the layout, any pictures that are involved. Try to figure out what you can gain as far as information from just sort of previewing the text to figure out if you know anything about the subject at hand. Secondly, once you've done that, as you're reading, you really want to think about, what do I already know about this topic? Have I read about it? Have I heard about it? Have I learned about it? Maybe even you've participated in something that gives you some personal knowledge. That takes us to our second piece here, making connections. Based on what you already know, we want to talk about, can it relate to my life? And what experience do I have that are related? Is there any way I can create a personal connection with this topic? Furthermore, how can I use my own experiences to understand this article more? Think about this also as you read. Have you learned about this in school? Have your parents told you about this? Have you experienced it yourself? What ways can you make connections in either your academic or personal life to enhance your understanding of a given text? So when I take a look at this short passage to explain how this looks, I'm going to take a look at the picture here. There's clearly a cat with something, looks like a bunny in its mouth. It says on the caption, which I'm definitely going to read, it says, on the prowl, cats kill billions of birds and mammals a year. So I know we're talking about cats killing birds and mammals. I'm assuming that this is cats like maybe house cats, and I've had a cat before, but mine was never allowed outside. Cuddly but deadly. Yikes. I know that everyone does think cuddly when they think of cats. This is not something that you usually think of when you think of cats. So I'm going to read it, and already I feel like I know what kind of cat they're talking about. I've never had that cat, but I know that people have cats that are outdoors. I know that they probably, get into trouble and eat animals and birds. I know that that is part of, what they do. So far, I have a pretty strong understanding of activating my prior knowledge. I'm thinking about what I know about cats, and I'm making connections to things that I have experienced before. So I'm going to start reading here. For all the cute videos of cats that play piano or flush toilets, here's the shocking truth. Cats aren't always pussycats. A new report by scientists at the Smithsonian and the Fish and Wildlife Service estimates that in the U.S. alone, cats kill about 2 billion birds and 12.3 billion mammals a year. That is a lot. I did not know that. So this is new knowledge to me. Though I do watch the cat videos and whatnot on YouTube, this is news to me. And it kind of contradicts the way I think in my head of a cat. Mammals a year. From chipmunks and rabbits to rats. That's up to 4 times previous estimates. So they think it's more than they used to think it was. The report is likely to fuel a long-standing debate. Environmentalists see free-roaming cats as an invasive species. So I am certainly not someone who knows a lot about free-roaming cats, but I wonder if that's in the neighborhoods we live in here, or is that something more in the country, or is that something that happens all over? Those are my questions. So environmentalists see free-roaming cats as an invasive species that threaten animals. Ooh, there we go. In decline, like the songbird. While animal welfare advocates are appalled by the millions of unwanted cats and dogs put to sleep each year. Efforts to urge pet owners to keep their cats indoors and programs aimed at trapping street cats to neuter them may help reduce the number of kitties on the prowl. So I know that here, I definitely used to have a cat, and mine was an inside cat. But I knew a lot of people that had outside cats, so this is interesting to me. This picture really shows you a different idea of a cat. You know, we usually think of cats as like super cuddly and super cute. But what I did there was I activated my prior knowledge based on what I saw. I continued to do it as I read, and I tried to make connections to my own life while I was reading. So now what's going to happen is you are going to read this short passage right here, and you are going to decide how you can activate your own prior knowledge. What do you know about this? And then make connections throughout your reading, and you're going to keep track of that on the sheet that you've been given. Please make sure you take a look at the picture, you take a look at the title, you look at the different sections of the text, and maybe even what this is all about. It's called the ethicist. If I don't know what that means, I might want to look it up so I can make sure I activate any prior knowledge based on that definition. Good luck. Now that you've practiced on a small little text, you're going to use a larger text to really practice this in a bigger way. So you're going to read this article right here. Again, we want to take a look at the pictures. There's 4 of them. We want to take a look at the title here, okay? And the article is just 1 page, so you're going to keep track of what you're thinking, and you're activating your prior knowledge and your connections that you're making as you read. Good luck.